first show I was there was with Sylvester Stallone, and which was awesome. As a big movie star to start with, and just have to go up and pitch ideas to Sylvester Stallone. And the one thing I remember about it was they did some Rocky monologue, and they needed someone to play Adrian from Rocky. And Sherry O'Teary, she was like, I'm going to do it. And she was little, and she looked like her, and she's from Philly, and she could sound like her. And somebody, and I don't know who because I wasn't privy to any of this at the time, somebody was like, no, we'll put Catan in the dress. We'll put Catan in the dress. All right, and I love Catan, but I think Sherry would have been funny. And that was like an old school thing of like, well, a guy in a dress will be funnier. I'm like, will it? I don't know. And by the time we left, there's nobody that would have thought, you have like Maya Rudolph, Kristen Wiig, Amy Poehler, Rachel Dratch, no one would have thought like, what, let's be funnier to have just a guy pretend to be them.
Right. It
wouldn't have happened.
And you have a terrific riff on that you need a mix of people. You can't just have smart-ass Harvard kids, you can't just have improvisers. How does that work?
Somehow Lorne Michaels knew instinctively that you needed kind of a bridge mix of Harvard guys. And there is one mistake so far that I found in the book is I say Robert Smigel went to Harvard, and I believe he went to Cornell. That's wrong. But I emailed him and said, I'm sorry, I just found a mistake in the book, and I said you went to Harvard, and he was like, you're kidding, I love it, I feel less Jewish already.
It doesn't work, I can
So there were the Harvard guys who, write a certain kind of well-structured pieces and stuff, and sometimes, oftentimes not necessarily the most talkable pieces. It can be like a rethinking of the Mad Hatter's Tea Party from the Tea Party politics point of view, like really kind of elaborately premisey things, and then you have the improv people who just want to wear like crazy noses and wigs and have this kind of more visceral attitude, and it works when you have both. If you have too much of one or the other, it's not the same.
Did you get tired of Saturday Night Live? At one point you described Saturday Night Live as high school, but they never tell you when to graduate. You had to decide when to graduate.
You have to decide when it's time to go, usually. And it's funny because at the time you think like, this is so hard, it's such a grind. And then you get a real job when you leave, and you're like, oh wait, we worked 20 weeks a year for like 9 hours a week. I mean, you do work a lot of hours, but it's not like a job.
Right.
We were talking. I was on the Oprah show the other day, and Dana Carvey told a story about they were this comedy SNL reunion in Aspen, and somebody. Like, I don't know, it was Mike Myers or someone said, what's it like to work this? And he's like, it's like being shot out of a cannon. And Norm Macdonald was like, it's hard, but it's not like being shot out of a cannon. Shot out of a cannon. It's Norm's bit. It's not a bit.
The first episode of 30 Rock, in your kindly estimation, just sucked. It was terrible.
I'm hard on the pilot. I don't like to ever rewatch the pilot episode of 30 Rock.
Was it that bad?
I don't know, I mean...
No!
Let's ask them, was it that bad?
No!
Please, you don't remember it at all.
It's, we had to rewatch it recently because we were working on our 100th episode of 30 Rock. As we had to watch it again because we pulled some flashbacks to the pilot and stuff, and it just feels so different from what the show became. It's much slower. Visually is a lot different, and so it's it's like the difference between looking at this mindset of looking at a sonogram or looking at a picture of a kid. It's just like kind of like creepy goo.
And is it really disappointing? You said that you write that you set out to make a hit. You set out. I think you wrote. I know you wrote because I wrote it down. We were trying to make Home Improvement and did it wrong. And it's never been soaring in the ratings, but I think among the people in this room and many other rooms, it's an innovative, incredibly funny show. In the last few days, we heard two pieces of news. One great, one a little sad. One that you're...
One true.
One true, you're pregnant.
One say was...
Is the other sadder piece of news?
I don't know. I just when we talk about Alex saying that.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin said that it's going to finish after this next season.
Joking today, it's like him saying that he's officially done is the first, to me, is like great news. It's my first indication that he's staying. Oh, he said he's leaving, he must be staying. I think, we all have next year and then we'll see, and we want to keep going as long as we feel like the show's good, as long as NBC wants us, but you don't know,
The show was built for him. You wrote it before he even knew about it, and you constructed it around him, and you have another great riff in the book is about the way the voice. Now, we can barely hear him on TV, but and yet you hear it in the back of your brain. What is it like to do a scene with Alec Baldwin?
It's great. Sometimes you're like, I feel like I'm in a movie. He's just incredibly skilled. He's really, really skilled. Right, Grizz? Right? Just stay out. That's true. It's probably harder for you than the rest of us. Yeah, and he will teach you. He'll be like, especially. I remember during the pilot, it just was because the only thing I'd ever shot on film before was Mean Girls, which I was only in a little bit. I had never been on a film set before, and you shoot what's called a master shot, and then they move the cameras, and you do close-ups, and you do. And during Mean Girls, will admit now that I had no understanding at any time when